How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggered With It. I'm Will, and today we're going to finally open the last box in this mega unboxing of all that is Marvel United. This is the last box. It is the Enter the Spider-Verse box. This is the one box that you don't necessarily have to wait for the Kickstarter, as CMON did say that it was going to go to retail. Spin Master Games, of course, I guess, likes this one. I think it's because the Spider-Verse 2 movie's coming out. We also have the new Spider-Man movie coming out. So they can tie this one in a little bit better than the other ones in the short-term game versus having to wait it out for the others, right? Because the next Thor movie is in the Guardians of the Galaxy, so both of those would be a while. But I digress, right? So we're going to go ahead and get into Enter the Spider-Verse. If you have not watched the other unboxings and want to see how those particular games work, make sure you check out those videos so you know if you want to back the Kickstarter. This one is a little bit lighter game, of course. It only has the single page. And then there is a challenge, and we've seen in a couple of the other boxes, the challenges really do change up the gameplay and make these more difficult. A lot of people were very hard on the original game, the core box, because they said it was too easy, right? Even with doing the challenge modes. I will tell you, these modes, they seem much more difficult to pull off a win. So Brooklyn Bridge is the first one. You may add one civilian to this location, then rescue one civilian from this location. That's kind of wrong, because if you read the comic, and Gwen Stacy, Green Goblins, go read the comic. Daily Bugle, I do like this. I started noticing they have little things. So Daily Bugle, Parker, right? In a turn, reveal your top card from the Master Plan deck, and you may place it on the bottom. Osborne Labs, end of your turn, you gain one attack. Oscorp Tower, end of your turn, you gain one movement token. So that's a token, that's nice. Queens, home with the Peter Parker. End of turn, you may have one or two cards in your hand. You can draw one card. So basically, it gives you a free heal. You went home to heal. And then Midtown High School, you may gain an action token. Pretty good locations. Most of the locations work best with the set they came in. However, of course, you can mix and match. And then we do have the Green Goblin. Now, I forgot about this on the other ones, but there are special setup instructions on the back of some of them. Do not take the threat cards and tokens on locations. Keep the cards face down, threat deck, and threat tokens in a side pull. So make sure you check the back of the cards. I forgot to mention that in the other videos because, well, I forgot. Special, when you're doing so much, you forget. Special rules: when a threat is cleared, shuffle it into the deck and add the threat token from the pool to the mission card. Okay. Green Goblin can't be damaged if there's any civilians on this dashboard. If you're in his location, you can use two actions to rescue a civilian. Okay, so he's stealing civilians from us. Bam. Deal one damage for each hero in Green Goblin's location. Draw a threat card and place it on the next clockwise location without a threat. So that's why you don't put the threats out. His Bam is basically going to add your threats. Overflow. If you cannot add the tokens to a location, draw one threat card and place it next in the threat, so that's how you get your threats. Villainous Plot, the heroes lose when all locations have threat cards. Wow, okay. So the next thing you get are wonderful little tokens. Not sure their exact purposes, but you get these little ID badges, and then you get little cell phones to take hashtag selfies. Oh, I didn't even notice that when I've looked in first on. They actually are different on the other side. Are the badges different? No, the badges are the same. But you get these. I imagine some of the cards are going to tell us what they do. We'll look at the minis, and then we'll go over the cards, because that's what we've done in every other video. Why change it? So here we go. Here is Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. Love the little pumpkin they gave him. Come on, focus on the pump. Focus on the pumpkin. There we go. He's got his pumpkin bomb. He has his Goblin Glider. Got his little satchel. His satchel seems a little bit thin to be holding all these pumpkin bombs. Maybe he stole some PIM particles and got them real small. I guess that's what he did. There we go. That is the Goblin. Look at that. Even the little details underneath of his hood there. That is awesome. I love Marvel. Marvel, if you missed the first video I mentioned, Marvel is my favorite comic book franchise. X-Men, or comic book company, X-Men is my favorite franchise. So, of course, you know we're going to go all in and give you guys that gameplay whenever we get that, which is next year. So this will be deja vu all over again. Oh, but while we're on the subject of minis, here's Spider-Man. Spider-Man hanging on a wall. I do like that. Good pose. A lot of times you do like the upside down pose where he's hanging from the web. I like this pose on the wall. It's a pretty good one too. I can't say if they should have made like a little spray, like a little web thing right here would have been kind of cool, but I don't mind. Did they put his lines? Yeah, they put his lines. So I love that they do that. I've mentioned about first-time painters. These bigger chibis are better to paint because it's easier to see the details because they're bigger, fatter details. And CMON actually at least put them in there, right? They're not expecting you to paint his spider stripes by itself. So we have Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider, as she got renamed. She was even Spider-Woman for a while. But we do have Spider-Gwen. You knew she was going to have to be in here. Very popular character now, especially because of Into the Spider-Verse. This one's got a lot of gap there. This is common, uncommon. Some people say that they've got none in most of their figures. Others says that they get them. We just fill that in with a little bit of filler compound, putty, and call it a day. We had to do a lot. I actually had to build Venom's shoulder because the way it was put together, his entire shoulder piece was missing. So I had to take the muscle there and rebuild it. And then we have Miles Morales, been popular ever since Ultimate Spider-Man. So he is... I just completely train of thought. So, of course, he is featured in the Spider-Verse as well. Spider-Verse movie. That's the main movie's Bailey revolves around him. Everybody was hoping for a Miles Morales movie, like actual live-action movie. But I think because of how popular it was here, they're just going to run with another Spider-Verse movie. Now, he may show up in the movies because he was made mention in one of the Spider-Man movies. But it is cool to have him in the game. And then the last one is the Kickstarter exclusive, and that was Spider-Ham being thrown into the box just because. It's like throwing Deadpool into a box. Now, could they have thrown Spider-Man 2099? Could they have put in Spider-Woman, any of that stuff? Yes, but they decided to go with Spider-Ham. So here you go, good old Spider-Ham. Again, great details. You got all the webbing. Actually, his webbing looks a little bit more pronounced than the one on Spider-Man did. So enjoy the Spider-Ham. So when we play these, we're debating whether or not we want to play them two-handed, right? To where that way we can show off all the minis. Because there's so many minis that it would be impossible for us to show you guys all of them in a gameplay video. Ugh. Unless we just don't play anything but Marvel United on the channel for a while, right? And you guys don't want that. You guys want to see all kinds of videos. All right, so let's get into the cards so we can see what these plots are. All right, so it is a 1 to 4 player again. So the only game that is 3 and up is Asgard, and that's because of the hidden role, right? Secret challenge setup: place one of the badges on each villain's location and on each location adjacent to heroes. I would say each villain's location. There's only one villain location. When a hero with a location with any badge performs an action other than a move, they get a phone token. The hero may use an action to move any badge. The hero with 3... it's photos. Okay, so it's 3 hashtag photos. So it's paparazzi, right? Is exposed and takes 1 damage. Play their next card face down. Okay. There we go. We got the cute little goblin. He's so cute. I love the chibi. I love the art style. One thing that draws us into most games is the art style, right? And Marvel United definitely has that in spades. So Goblin Formula. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, Goblin takes Our Goblin has 1 extra health. So you have to remember that. Holy, he's got how many of these? 1, 2. So he's got 2 of those. Kidnap. Okay, so this is when he takes the civilian. So he's got 2 of those. I mean, who's his buddies? Does he have any buddies? All right. So he's got Electro. So you can kind of... I mentioned in another video that I would have loved them to make minis of all the henchmen. Well, in this case, you kind of can, because you can take... Wow, dang it. They ruined my fun. We don't have a lizard. So I wouldn't want to do that, because now I wouldn't have one for all 3 spots. But I would love to have a mini to put in each one of the spots. Just, you know, they're standing there, you're attacking them. It's just more thematic that way, right? All right, so let's look at the special cards for the Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is web slinging, so he gains 2 movement tokens. So I think I was going to say he's all about movement, but yeah, he's got movement on this, movement on this one. But so with great power, he gets 3 attacks. For each thug defeated with this, gain 1 token. Wow. So if you went into a spot with 3 thugs, you get 3 action tokens. That's really powerful. With great power, great responsibility. Rescue 3 civilians in a location. For each one rescued, you gain 3. So if you have, again, you have 3, up to 3. So this one just says for each. So if you went to a space with 5, you'd get 5 tokens. This one, though, it's 3. All right. Still good. Still good. All right. And then we got Spider-Gwen. Love the pink. It's beautiful. All right. All right. So Web Dancer, you cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. Those are always so situational for me, right? It's like if you don't know that the next thing's going to be a damage attack, it's like, does it really help you? You don't know. Web Weaver, swap 2 threat cards in play. Acrobatic Fighting, defeat all thugs in your location. So that's nice. So this is actually nice too, because a lot of the other ones, they had 3 of the exact same special ability card. So it's nice to see that these actually have some differences in their decks. So invisibility, because Miles can go invisible, so Sting's got to be one of them. Cannot take any damage. Okay. Venom Strike, there you go. 2 damage in a single location, or single enemy in your location. Web, if you're in the same location as a villain, delay the next villain turn by 1 card. Okay. All right, and then last but not least is Spider-Ham. I'm going to imagine they did the same thing to him like they did Howard the Duck. Don't quote me on that. But they really beefed up Howard the Duck, right? Toonie Essence. So at the beginning of your next turn, you cannot be forced to discard your last card. Okay. Toonie Web. If you end your turn on the villain's location, negate the villain's next movement. Okay, well that's nice. Toonie Weapon. Attack in any location. So it's any location. Not as good as Howard the Duck. I have to actually say. I think Howard the Duck was slightly better than little Spider-Ham. So maybe that's another reason why people aren't happy with Spider-Ham being in the box. Is like, you could have put something else in here. It would have been better. But there you go, guys. That is the last box for the original Marvel United campaign. If you missed any of the unboxings, they are all in the Marvel United playlist. If you want to see any of this gameplay, then of course make sure you subscribe to the channel. We will be playing through each one of these boxes at least once to at least get a feel for how they play. Unfortunately, it will not be in time for the Kickstarter to end, so I hope these unboxings help you make a decision on what you want to back and what you might not want to back. As for me, I'm getting everything, right? I've already got all of this. Well, why should I stop now? But until next time, guys, peace.